Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart, I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This reading will be for Scorpio and all Scorpio placements found within your birth chart or wherever you have 8th house influence in your chart. If you are new to these placements and have no idea what they mean, just know that I offer personalized one-on-one birth chart readings. It includes a 2-question full tarot spread as well as detailed birth chart notes and a private pre-recorded video to look back on, and also a lot of extra supportive content for you. You can explore my services in the description box below. In this reading, Scorpio, we're going to discuss astrology for your sun and ascendant signs. But of course, if you have a stellium, if you're a cross watcher, please take these messages with an open heart, right? They may or may not resonate. Your love reading will be linked in the description box below. So I highly encourage you to check out both and also watch for your other placements, especially during Taurus month. This is Venusian energy, so check out your Venus sign. We're in Taurus season, right? Steady, determined. This is your opposite. There's a lot to learn from your opposite, Scorpio. We need this grounded energy after last month's eclipse and Mercury retrograde. We've been having a lot of solar activities, so this earth energy is very grounded, right? With Taurus's grace, we find our ground. We move steadily towards our goals. I see Taurus like a mountain. Taurus inspires us to reach great heights, but to also be very mindful of always striving for more. No matter how high you ascend, remember that it is within the core, within you, that the gems and the minerals and the jewels reside. Now, Scorpio, let's get into your May reading. Hi, Scorpio, and welcome to this space. Cross watchers, you are always welcome here. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Cross watchers, I highly encourage you to listen to the astrology piece, right? Because it really lets you kind of get a little more of a deep dive and perspective on who you're dealing with, right? So again, this is specific for sun and ascendant signs because I use a house system, but it may resonate if you have 3 or more planets in Scorpio, okay? Or again, if you just want to click on the link and it resonates, awesome, right? These readings are meant to find you. So Scorpio, Taurus is your opposite. When you look at the wheel, right, we have our opposites. They say opposites attract, right, in some way. And there's a reason for that. There's a lot of commonality amongst opposites, especially when it comes to some of our core, I want to say wounds, when you think of these karmic dynamics, twin flame, soulmate, whatever you want to label it, right? These relationships, there's usually like a core similarity there, and there's a lot to learn from these people that trigger us. So when you look at your opposite, this Taurus energy that we're diving into this month, it's highlighting your 7th house of, again, relationship, partnership, how you relate with others. And there's a lot to learn from your opposite. Again, the people where you feel that tension, right? Where the tension lies is where the growth is what I always say, right? So there's a lot of similarities between you and Taurus, but there's a couple core differences. And if you can learn anything, I would highly encourage you to learn it from your opposite. So for you, Scorpio, having Taurus people in your life and getting familiar with this Taurus energy is really beneficial for you, okay? There's a lot of strengthening in this energy, especially in your house of partnership. So partnerships are at the forefront. 7th house is Libra energy. Where do you have Libra or 7th house in your chart, okay? You could be feeling a pull or a call to love, right? Relating in any way. This could be family, friends. It doesn't have to be intimate partnerships. But depending on where you are, this is a general reading, of course, right? You might be having some friction in relationships, again, where opposition is being met. Again, there's something with this kind of opposition that can cause a level of friction, but it's all in how you perceive it. And it's all in how you can be more humble and more graceful with this Taurus energy, okay? So yeah, lots to do with love, partnership, relating, relationships, it's at the forefront. Your core values and beliefs around love, your love language, your attachment styles, all of these things would be highly beneficial for you to really feel into, and you might be feeling pretty tested in your relationships, right? Whether you're single, coupled, reading for past, right? I am going to be doing a mid-month check-in this month, a little different, where I'm going to focus on the elements, earth, air, fire, and water. And I'm going to do a mid-month check-in for past relationship love reading, singled, and coupled. Okay, so you can get a little more specific. And again, you can follow me over to Patreon. I'll be doing an all signs reading, a mid-month check-in around May 16th, because we have this conjunction. We have Mercury, Uranus, and the Sun all in Taurus, May 16th. With this Uranus energy, it's very like sudden aha moments, revelations, especially with mercurial energy and the Sun all in Taurus in your 7th house. So there might be some sudden revelations around relationships, whether that's good or bad to you, right? It's all based on perception. But again, what can you take from it is the main message for you, Scorpio. What can you learn about yourself? How can you strengthen yourself in order to relate to others in a more healthy, balanced, cohesive way? Even if you might feel like you share a lot of differences, how can you become more compassionate, right? That's what this Taurus energy is asking of you. We have this full moon on the 23rd in your 2nd house of what you value. This is Taurus energy. You have so much of this Taurus energy buzzing around you. 2nd house is also like financial security, but it's also about emotional security. It's about what you have. Again, between the 7th and 2nd house, it's about like, what do I really value? What am I prioritizing in my life? Am I prioritizing love? Do I even need that right now, right? To each their own. There could be some financial issues in regards to your life right now that you're having to deal with the 2nd house on the full moon, okay? But it is a lot around emotional security too. It's not just financial. There's a lot around safety and security and stability with Taurus energy, okay? It's required. And Scorpio, yeah, again, you can relate to that, right? You like that as well. You're fixed sign, just like Taurus. So there's certain things that you just like, okay? It can be a bit like possessive and controlling in that way, like Taurus can. And again, there's a lot to learn from when that comes up for you, right? When do you feel that need to control or possess or dominate in a way, right? You and Taurus definitely share that commonality. So yeah, let's dive in here. Let's see what we have for you for the month of May. We are going to pull, I'm using a new deck, the Angelarium deck, a new oracle deck. We're going to see what message wants to come out for the Scorpio collective for May. What do we have for Scorpio? May, my Scorpio collective. Thank you for tuning in here, Scorpio. Cross watchers, thank you for supporting my channel. All your likes, your comments, you can place your placements down below in the section. I like to see cross watchers and who you're watching for, etc. So we have a couple cards, but I'm going to take this top one. We have new life, spirituality, endurance, and beauty, just to let you know. Submission. I'm really feeling this one, and beauty. Beauty is very much with this like Taurus energy, Venusian quality, right? Aesthetics. Taurus likes nice things. Is sensual, they like to indulge, the 5 senses, etc. So again, there's something of beauty here, something that you possess, right? 2nd house that you find very beautiful. It could be an object, it could be a relationship, it could be anything. But I see a lot of like deep spiritual knowledge being learned here. Spirituality and endurance here with wisdom. What I like to say about wisdom is, knowledge, yeah, it's great and all, but you can be a scholar, you can read all the books, you can travel the world, but how are you actually applying it, right? How are we actually applying what we're learning? Because I feel like a lot of us, especially in this new age of electronics and technology, is that we are like sponges and we're taking so much information in, but we have to think about like defragging and like what kind of information we're taking in and how it's being stored in the body. And it's almost like this receptacle, like we're just like recycling things through. So we're not actually absorbing, right, the information. I think of it as like nutrients in the body. Like how are you actually absorbing the information is what's coming up for me, especially when it comes to spirituality. And, you know, there's a lot of different spiritual practices out there, and to each their own, you know. I support it all, but just be mindful that messages coming up here is like applying the wisdom that you're learning into a potential new life here. There are, it looks like 2 people here. Sandalphon. I want to read from the book here for beauty, because it's sticking out. That was the top one. So I had to go and print these books online. So give me a second. Tiferet. The heart. So wow, yeah, this is very heart-centered. There's something being triggered within you emotionally. Like this, you can see this gap here. You could have felt like there was an absence of love. In the beginning, you know how I said, like, maybe you've been prioritizing and focusing on finances. Maybe you'll have some breakthroughs with the full moon, or maybe you're having to release expectations around emotional security, financial security, like trying to maybe open up your heart is what I'm sensing here. Something around your heart space. The temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beautiful harmony. So it's something about harmony, coexisting, cohabitating with others, Scorpio. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes, right? This is that Taurus kind of grace. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He's the equilibrium that exists between those forces of extremes. Again, opposites. Like this magnet I'm seeing. Interesting. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them toward one another. The yellow orb brings balance to the universe. So this is all about balance, community, cohesiveness, cohabitating, finding healthy relationships. You know, you could be at either end of the spectrum where you are finally opening up to love, or you're deepening a love, or you're trying to be more cohesive with others in a way that seems more tangible, right? There's a lot around balance here. You could have felt that you swayed to one extreme or the other, right? Where you were just very jaded, right? Pessimistic, didn't have room for love. Or again, you could be on the opposite end where you were codependent, needy, possessive, feeling like you needed to have someone in order to be happy. So it could go either way, right? Let's pull from the wild unknown. Again, with a personal reading, if you're feeling like this is resonating, you can always get a personal reading with me. You can find my services below. The sword and the one. Wow. So you could be meeting someone with the one here. The sword, the truth be known. Someone that, you know, you feel like lives in integrity. I feel like integrity is a strong message here for you. The one. This doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. Someone that sparks your interest here. The sword. Yeah, this is like reminding me of the Ace of Swords. This is communication around ideals, right? The one, like when you imagine the one, Scorpio, what does that look like for you? Again, like I said earlier, with the second house, the full moon on the 23rd, highlighting your second house. This is like having certain expectations in regards to relationships, and maybe you are starting to reanalyze that, reprioritize things in your life that maybe once you thought were important, and now you're seeing, wow, this is way more important or less important than I thought. Let's see here, Scorpio. This is about priorities, though. This is very much about your values, your beliefs, your truth with the sword. Scorpio, what do we have for May? Scorpio, you're learning a lot from your past relationships this month. Even if you are in relation, right? Again, this is a general reading. You're learning a lot about past failed relationships here with the Two of Cups in reverse. Maybe that's something that's a focal point for you. Again, 7th house, you know, you could be really thinking about the past. Even when you don't necessarily want to, it's like, why am I thinking about that? Yeah, death. Here you are, Scorpio. Things that have died, things that have left my life. And why? that's been long gone, but maybe something's resurfacing. Scorpio, please show me the truth for Scorpio. This is a 78 elemental deck, by the way. I love this deck. Scorpio, May. Whoa, too many. Scorpio, May, please show me. Scorpio, May, please show me one more card. There it is. Okay, we'll take both. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so in regards to what we've been talking about in regards to relationships, again, 7th house is really at the forefront. We have the 2 cups come out first and foremost here, next to the 4 of cups. So this is, again, she's looking back, right? This is all about focusing on the past. That's why I say past, 2 of cups in reverse. This is past relationships. It doesn't have to just be intimate. Again, this is all sorts of family dynamics, friends, co-workers. Yeah, this full moon, because you had the Temperance, this is Sag energy. This full moon is really going to be of significance for you. Because I am seeing a moon, the full moon here. And then the circle here, like a full moon here. So the full moon on the 23rd. You could be releasing some past pain. Also the 4 of cups is about like rejection, feeling lost, feeling burdened, you know, a heaviness to this 4 of cups. This can be like being victimized too. It's important with the 4 of cups. The one thing that I have to suggest, Scorpio, is if this is you, again, this could be your cross watcher. This could be someone else. But again, with these readings, again, that's why I do love separate. I focus mainly on you because that's where the growth begins, really, is with self. Okay? But you get to choose the roles. So if you're like, that's not me, well, maybe this is not your story as well, okay? But take this with an open heart. This is here to benefit you in some way. There's something that you're having to balance out, Temperance, okay? Wheel of Fortune in reverse, stagnancy in regards to potential relationships, seeing the truth, seeing the ideas around love in general. If you are dealing with a King of Wands, of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, male or female, but strong male significance, this person is very arrogant, okay? Manipulative, egotistical. And if you're not dealing with that, specifically a Sag, okay, if you are dealing with a Sag, then yeah, that's very much the case here. You feel wounded in regards to this significant person that was in your life, or is. Could have even been married to them, 4 of Wands in reverse. But if this is your energy, I could say also that you are learning how to not be so egotistical in relationship, pessimistic, jaded, right? Because this is a bit of jaded energy. Like, love just not for me, you know? Like, no one understands me. Like, your ideals around the one. You know, maybe your standards were so high that like no one can touch you. King of Wands in reverse. Very prideful. You know, watch out, you can get burned though, right? Especially with the Temperance, I say that. And also, 7 of Wands, you know, this is very guarded. Like no one understands me, get away, like back off. And yes, all these cards serve us to some extent. But this is in reverse. So this is letting your guard down. This is opening up. Again, remember this message, the Beauty card. This is about cohesiveness, cohabitating with other people. Of course, finding people that you can relate to. This is not just bending over backwards for just anyone, but there is something to learn here, I'm seeing, about potentially other people in your life that you perceived as arrogant, dominating. Or again, where do you find these qualities within you? There's a lot of priorities and focus on relationships. And also with the one, I'm hearing like putting someone on a pedestal. That's not necessarily healthy either. Okay? We want to find interdependent relationships that foster growth for both, right? Cohesiveness, harmony here. So the Wheel of Fortune here is in reverse as well. This is stagnant energy. Again, stuck in a pattern, stuck in a riff. Maybe this is not being able to forgive someone that did you wrong in a Two of Cups dynamic. Again, fire strong here and water. Fire and water. The main two elements you have here, okay? That's like combustion. I think of like steam, highly emotional. When you see fire and water in a chart, this is a very passionate person. They have very strong emotions. And they have to learn how to temper that, right? So maybe that's what's happening, is you're having to temper yourself in a way. Let your guard down, open up slowly but surely, Scorpio, because you could be coming off a bit like standoffish, not letting love in, not letting the one in, right? Yeah, you could have been kind of going through some sort of emotional regulation, like really, I see a lot of healing here for you for sure, but you have to be open and willing to see both perspectives, whatever this was in this Two of Cups. I actually want to clarify this Two of Cups for you, because I don't want to see this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I think that you are slowly letting your guard down. Yeah, Seven of Swords. This could be an Aquarius that you're dealing with in love. Aquarius, Leo showing up strong here. Move from problems and be mindful what you take. This is like sneaking away. This Two of Cups, sneaking away, guarding yourself. Or this person was. You could have felt like this person deceived you in regards to love. Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. What I'm getting here from the 6 to the 7 is, again, be careful what you take is what I'm getting. Be careful what you're taking into the next relationship. If you are entering a new life here, Angel of New Life, Sandalphon. Because both of these cards, they're carrying weight, right? And with the Six of Swords, it's saying be careful what you take with you. Yeah, right? Guarded, dishonest, Seven of Swords, because the extra weight that you're taking potentially from this Two of Cups could end up biting you in the butt with the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I see a discovery, though, through this. Like, what are you hiding? That's one thing with Scorpios, too, is that if they don't trust, they can really be very secretive. And I don't think they're doing it from a place where they want to necessarily hold back. But it takes, once a Scorpio's been burned, it takes a long time for them to mend. And also generalizing that, right? Like, again, your birth chart could say a lot more about that. But in general, Scorpios don't easily forgive. So be careful of that. There's a lot around being cohesive and like try not to be spiteful or revengeful in regards to love. And also not letting people pull wool over your eyes either. But the main message I'm getting from this Two of Cups here is like learning how to not take, of course, learn the lessons, apply them, right? Again, wisdom. Applying the lessons, but not becoming jaded or pessimistic. And assuming that anyone that comes into your life is going to be like your past. Because if you think that way, Scorpio, you're going to attract that, right? Your mind is a very powerful weapon, and you know that. Weapon, I don't know why I said weapon, but it is. And that can be used against you, Seven of Swords, self-sabotage. So be careful what you're bringing with you. Yeah, Page of Swords. Strong airs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, there's something here that you're learning about yourself through your intuition, I'm seeing strongly from this past dynamic. Four of Cups showing up again. An unfulfilled wish, an unfulfilled 10 of Cups potentially. So this is definitely leaning more towards a love relationship. So again, I highly encourage you to check in on your May love reading. We're going to pull from the Zodiac Oracle to see potentially what signs you're dealing with, right? In relationship, right? In love, in career, friends, family. What is the main focus for Scorpio? And we'll take this over to the love reading. Moon, so Cancerian energy. Pisces as well for me as a reader. Yeah, Pisces on the bottom. So strong Pisces you could be connecting with, or have Pisces in your chart. Again, these are energies you could be taking on. So you could be very reflective. Capricorn showed up here, a water sign. So it's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Libra, and air. Okay, so we have heavy water, air. Water and air is very strong. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Strong in the Libra, and then we also have a bite of Capricorn in there. So these could be placements that you have, or again, they have in their chart, in their moon sign specifically, a Libra moon, Capricorn moon, right? Water moon, air moon. If you are dealing with any of these signs, I highly encourage you to check out the May general reading below. If this is where we part, Scorpio, bye for now. Take care.